Mason, what are you doing right now?
What do you mean, what am I doing right now? Of course I'm working. I'm busy right now, so don't ask stupid questions.
I'm sorry about that. Are you busy today too?
Yeah, so I'll be home late today too.
Around what time will you come home?
I think around 9 p.m. or later than that.
What about dinner?
I won't be eating at home because eating out is more delicious.
Is that so? Well, you do eat out a lot lately.
Because your cooking tastes bad. It's better to throw that away. It's like eating garbage.
How could you say such a bad thing? You should at least think about how I feel.
Huh? What's that? You complaining? Emotional people are stupid. All you do is complain. You probably can only talk emotionally. You sound so pathetic.
I can't believe you could say such a thing.
There you go again, you're being emotional again. You should maintain your composure. I have a new project going on right now, so I'm very busy every day. I don't have time to go home.
A project? What kind of project?
I've been entrusted with a huge project. I'm putting my life into this.
Is that so?
That's why I don't have time to deal with your complaints. I'm supporting your livelihood, so at least show your gratitude to me.
What do you mean?
Like doing the household chores and showing your sincerity to me?
I think I'm doing household chores pretty well.
You still have a long way to go, you know. You should clean the house properly every day. Because that's your job. I'm making things easy for you as a housewife. So at least do that properly.
You're not making things easy for me. You only give me $100 per month. It's not even enough for just the food budget.
That's because you're bad at budgeting. A normal housewife will be able to do it better. You're not trying hard enough.
Only $100 for 2 people? It's like a YouTube challenge or something.
Don't be so ridiculous. This is why I don't like talking to women. Because women try to get into emotional arguments. You should think more logically. $100 is possible for 2 people in 1 month, so you should be able to do it too. Understood?
Then let me ask you a question. What is your work?
Huh? What are you saying?
Why did I receive a phone call from your office?
Huh?
You were absent from work without leave, right? Also, I heard that you didn't go to work lately. What's the meaning of this?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
Your coworker told me. What is the meaning of this?
Stop being so emotional. You're being so stupid right now.
That's not the problem. You're not in your office. What in the world are you doing?
I'm working. Didn't I tell you earlier?
You're not in your office. Where are you working then?
It's a different matter from my office.
Different matter? What do you mean?
Now, don't be so emotional. I'm at the race course right now.
What?
Lately, I've been gambling to make money. It seems like I'm getting a little bit of interest now. Today's race was a miss, so I'll go play some slot machines to get my money back.
So does that mean that you've been getting off from work early without permission and going to work late because...
On days when units go in early in the morning and during days when there are races where I really need to go, I prioritize those. That's one of the rules and regulations of a gambler, you know? I'm not an emotional person. That's why I can calmly determine the chances of winning. That's why all those losses we've had all this time are not that much for me, you know? If I think of it as an investment for the future. This amount is not a huge loss for me.
How much did you lose?
That's not important right now, right?
Tell me honestly, how much did you lose?
Until now, it's around $10,000, I think. But it's not as huge as you thought, right?
Are you stupid? It's a very huge amount. You only hand me $100 per month, the amount that you give me for expenses. You lost 10 years worth of that.
Calm down. Those who become emotional.
Are you stupid? You're not even stupid. Only $100 per month for 2 people? That's a very unreasonable amount. I had to use up my savings to do something about our living situation, but you used up everything on slot machines?
It's only slot machines. I also use the money on race courses. Don't misunderstand me.
I don't care which it is. You wanted me to do the chores, so you begged me to be a housewife, but when I become a housewife, you only give me $100 for living expenses every month. How do you expect me to use that amount?
That's because your efforts are...
I already heard you say that earlier. If it's something that can't be solved by effort, I wouldn't be complaining this much. I can't do this anymore. Let's get a divorce.
Huh? That's impossible. Who will be supporting my life without you?
What do you mean?
From now on, I will be living as a spot machine professional. I'm thinking of quitting my job soon. So I think it will be difficult at first. That's why during that time, I will ask you to support me. That's how a wife and husband should be, right?
How could you depend on me as your wife like that? I mean, about the $10,000 that you lost. What did you do about that? With only your salary, you can't afford that much, right?
Don't worry about it. I just borrowed it for a while. If I win today, I can return the money today. No worries at all.
No worries at all. Don't tell me you borrowed money from your work.
Don't worry about it, because I'm doing well.
You used the money from work without asking permission?
I don't say it like that. I just borrowed a bit. I will properly return what I borrowed, so don't worry about it.
How in the world are you going to return it?
I think I'll win today too, so it's fine. If I ever lose... How much savings do you have?
Are you planning to borrow money from me next? How much did you steal from work?
I told you, don't say it like I stole the money. I just borrowed about $10,000. I'm surprised I didn't find out. Well, if I return the money by the end of the month, I'm sure I can handle it.
I will call your workplace about this.
Huh? What are you saying? Are you gonna sell your husband?
What you did is a crime. Your message earlier will be evidence, so...
Don't do something unnecessary! You've gotta be kidding me!
Didn't you say the people who get emotional are stupid? Aren't you being emotional right now?
That's not the problem. Don't do something that will get me in trouble. There's no need for you to tell my boss.
This is a crime, you know. I think you should probably return it right away. By the way, I will file for divorce. I'll be demanding alimony from you.
Alimony? What are you saying I did? I didn't have an affair or anything. And I don't agree with a divorce.
I showed evidence of all the moral harassment that you did to me and consulted with a lawyer. I didn't know, however, that you were trying to be a gambler and that you were skipping work. Since you've been coming home late these days, I thought... But I was thinking that I could have gotten more alimony if you were having an affair. But it looks like I can take alimony from you for the moral harassment, so I'll demand alimony from you for that, okay?
Alimony? Is it around $100 or $200?
Of course not. That's way too low.
All I have right now is $50. That too seems to be gone soon, though.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that that's all you have for a 33-year-old office worker.
I would appreciate it if you gave me some instead. Will you please think to rethink the divorce? I wasn't a very bad husband, right? Kelly, let's get along well.
Disgusting. I've been putting up with you for a year now, but it looks like I was just being stubborn. I don't love you at all anymore.
Please don't say that. Let's make up.
You embezzled money from your company and you used that money to gamble. How do you expect me to believe such a gambler?
Anyway, please don't tell my boss about it, because I'll get in huge trouble if you do. If I get back the amount that I lost gambling, I'll go home, so please, let's talk about this face to face. That's okay, right?
Of course not. We have nothing to talk about. Do you really gamble during the day? By the way, I already reported what you did to your boss, so instead of coming home, you should probably go to your workplace and explain things to your boss.
What? Did you really tell my boss about it? I'm screwed.
The police might get involved with that, so you should probably go to your boss before he reports you to the cops.
Why did you do that without telling me first? I'll go home now. I won't forgive you for what you did.
I'm not at home anymore.
What? Did you leave already?
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me!
You always told me that those who become emotional are stupid. So I was able to keep my cool and act calmly. Place a divorce registration form on the table. So for the rest, you can contact me through my lawyer. Don't act any dumber than you already did. Then, of course, after the company investigated Mason, he was fired. When Mason's parents heard about what had happened, they returned the money as soon as possible and begged not to make it a criminal case. As for the alimony paid to Kelly, Mason borrowed money from his parents and paid. He couldn't pay rent anymore, so he went back to his parents' home. Not learning from his lesson, he tried to gamble again, but his parents finally had enough of his behavior. So he was sent to work at a faraway fishing village where his relatives are, and rumors say that he's being forced to help with some sort of dangerous fishing activity. I hope that he can pay his debt off as soon as possible. Are you serious about what you said this morning?
What did I say?
You told me this morning, remember? You told me to go away.
Ah, that's right. If you're gonna get so irritated, I'll take care of our son, Christopher. That's why you can leave and go away.
I can't believe you would say such a thing.
Try to put yourself in my situation. Every morning you wake up irritated, complaining you weren't able to sleep at all. Because of that, you even took out your frustration on me.
I'm not taking out my frustration on you. I just wanted you to understand that I have a very difficult time because I can't sleep.
Even though you know that I have a job, I listen to you every day.
You don't listen to me at all. All you do is use your phone during the night, and Christopher and I sleep alone in the other room. You said you don't want to be awoken by Christopher's cries. That's why you don't want to sleep in the same room, right?
Of course, that's a given. All you have to do is take care of Christopher, but I have to go to work when the morning comes, you know? That's why it will be a problem if I don't get enough sleep, and Christopher is already 2 years old, so I'm sure he's capable of sleeping all by himself now. The reason why he can't sleep alone is that you're spoiling him.
That's not it. When I turn over and I face the other way from Christopher, he would cry so hard. I wake up every time and I have to get up and turn to face Christopher. That's why I can't sleep. You understand, right?
Whatever. But if you take out your frustration on me for that petty reason, it'll be a huge problem for me. So leave the house and go away.
Okay, I understand. I'll leave the house.
That's right, go away. Taking care of a child is a piece of cake.
Huh?
It might be difficult for you, but it's very easy for me to do. You're 10 years younger than me. Why are you complaining about not getting enough sleep? You're just behaving like a spoiled child.
Don't say it like that. Age doesn't matter when it comes to this. Even I would have frustration built up if I can't sleep for several nights in a row.
You're not getting your frustration out on Christopher, are you?
Of course not. What are you thinking?
Glad to hear that, but if you do such a thing, we're gonna get a divorce, you know.
I told you I didn't do anything like that. You always pretend to help take care of Christopher, but if he cries even a little, you immediately go to your room.
Christopher says he wants his mother, so there's nothing I can do about that. It doesn't seem like there's anything I can do.
But you said that you can take care of him all by yourself. Are you for real?
Of course, there's no way I can't do it. All I have to do is deal with the kid, right? That's not a very hard thing to do. The reason why he cries in the middle of the night is because you spoil him by sleeping next to him all the time. If I raise him, I'm sure Christopher will grow up strong.
Is that so? Then why don't you try it?
Those who get very annoyed, just like you, just because their sleeping is lessened, I think is acting like a child.
So that's how you respond to this? Are you ignoring how I feel?
You make me feel depressed so early in the morning. So go away!
Understood. What time are you coming home?
I will arrive by 8 p.m.
Understood. Since I can't leave Christopher alone, I'll leave the house at that time. So message me when you arrive at the station.
All right, leave the house, okay? Or stop complaining.
I'll leave the house and go away, so that's it. That way you don't have to watch me get irritated and annoyed, right? Since the day Christopher was born, I had no break at all. Your parents' house and my parents' house are far from where we live, so I wasn't able to ask them to take care of Christopher when I needed help. I had a very difficult time, you know. As a result, never in my wildest imagination did I ever think I would be told to go away. I can't believe it.
Stop complaining and shut up! I also have a hard time going to work when I see you irritated every morning. If you go away, I feel like I can do better.
Understood. Well then, I'll leave the house by 8 p.m. So make sure you come home around that time, okay? Goodbye.
Hey, when are you coming home?
Huh? What are you saying? You're the one that told me to go away, right?
Then when are you going home?
I won't go home, because I already left the house. I wrote the telephone number of the temporary childcare and I placed it on the table, didn't I? How about you call that number? Have Christopher taken care of when you're at work. I don't know if they'll take Christopher in thought.
Are you serious? Are you seriously gonna abandon your child?
What are you saying? You're the one who told me, remember? That taking care of a child is a piece of cake? You said that this morning, right? Then do it yourself.
Okay then, if that's what you want, then fine. I don't need you anyway. But what should I do if Christopher wakes up in the middle of the night? If he realizes that you're not here, he will cry. What are you gonna do about this?
Huh? Didn't you tell me to go away? Knowing that stuff like that might happen?
Where are you right now?
It'll be a waste of time. Even if you tell me to go back home, you know, I don't plan on going home today. I'm also thinking about going to my parents' house.
Huh? What are you saying? As a mother, don't you feel responsible for your son?
You're the one that told me, right, that taking care of a child is a piece of cake? And then the reason why I can't do it well is that I spoil our son, so why don't you try doing it yourself?
What should I do?
Huh?
Should I sleep on the same bed as Christopher?
I don't know, you're the master of taking care of children, right? Why don't you think about it and come up with your solution?
You can come home now.
Huh? Now, what am I thinking?
If you really want to come home no matter what, I'll forgive you.
Forgive me? What are you going to forgive me for? You're the one who needs to be forgiven, so you should be the one apologizing.
Don't be a prude.
Okay, I'll refresh and enjoy alone time.
Wait, hey, Jessica, what should I do?
Huh?
Christopher won't stop crying. Should I call an ambulance?
Uh-huh, what are you saying?
He won't stop crying. He woke up in the middle of the night, and I think he realized that you're not here. He won't stop crying. There must be something wrong with him.
So you slept next to him. That's good. Is he still crying? He always cries every night. He cries even if I just turn the other way.
Really? Then how am I gonna sleep with all this crying?
You understand now, right?
Huh?
The reason why I lack sleep? Did you finally understand why?
Even if I give him juice or some snacks, he won't stop crying. There's something wrong with him. I think he's hurt somewhere.
That's what he does when he's sleepy. He's still 2 years old, you know. You only take care of him when he's in a good mood and behavior. He always cries when he gets sleepy. He's crying very loudly right now, am I right?
That's right. So this doesn't mean that there's something wrong with him?
Does he have a fever?
I don't know. I feel like he's a bit hot.
There's a thermometer there, right? Measure his body temperature with a thermometer.
He doesn't seem to have a fever.
He's not throwing up or anything, right?
No, he's not throwing up.
And that means there's nothing wrong with him. He's just spoiled.
Please come home.
Huh? Didn't you say that taking care of a child is a piece of cake?
I'm sorry, I understand now. I was wrong. Taking care of a child is not easy.
Do you understand now the reason why I lack sleep?
Yeah, I understand now. That's why please come home.
I'm sorry, but I won't be going home today.
Huh? Why?
I already paid for the hotel room and tomorrow is your day off work, right? Why don't you just try your best to somehow make Christopher stop crying? You're his father, right?
I'm his father, but I've never seen this situation ever in my life, so I don't know how to deal with this.
Do something about the situation by yourself. I won't help you. I just went away because you told me to. I'll go back home tomorrow, so do your best until then, okay? You thought that taking care of a child is very easy, right? You should know at least a little about it, and you should reflect on it. Jessica enjoyed her time alone by pampering herself with a massage and sauna. The spa opened 24/7. She wasn't able to have time alone for 2 years, so she was able to refresh and ready to take on her responsibilities as a mother. But since she was worried about her son Christopher, she went home the next morning. Then Matthew woke up like he wasn't able to sleep at all because Christopher cried all night. He was able to sleep only when Christopher finally stopped crying in the morning. Matthew had a sulky look on his face, but with the realization that taking care of a child is difficult, he promised to sleep next to Christopher on the day before his day off work. He didn't apologize directly to Jessica, but the next day, Matthew placed a massage and spa ticket on the table. There was a time when Jessica considered having a divorce, but thinking about their son, she gave her husband another chance to prove his role as a father of their son.